Hello everyone. Today our topic is what are the types of pure substances? Pure substances means those substances that are made of only one type of atom or molecules are called are known as pure substances. For example, hydrogen made up of same type of atoms, oxygen made up of same type of atom, sulfur S8, it is also made up of sulfur atoms. P4 phosphorus, it is also made up of same type of atoms. That's why we can call these elements are called pure substances. Okay, next one is pure substances also made of only one type of molecules. For example, H2O, water. H2O. Water is a pure substance because it is made up of only water molecules. Remember that salt water means salty water is not pure because it contains salt. Sea water is not pure because it contains salt. Okay, distilled water is a pure water because it is only having water molecules like NaCl, salt. Salt having salt molecules means same type of molecules. That's why we can call it a pure substance. Okay, carbon dioxide. It is also pure substance because carbon dioxide having only carbon dioxide molecules means same type of molecules means either a substance having same type of atoms or same type of molecules we can call it pure substances. Okay, now there are two types of pure substances on the basis of their chemical composition. First is element and second one is compound. Okay, but today's video only we will discuss about the elements. Robert Boyle was the first scientist to use the term element in 1661. So you should remember that. Who was the first scientist to use the term element? Robert Boyle. In higher study, in higher classes, you will study it in detail. Antoine Laurent Lavoisier, a French chemist, was the first to establish an experimentally useful definition of an element. And what was it? He defined an element as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reaction. That is important. This is the definition of element. First you should know about element. Element always made up of same type of atom. Any substance that contains only one kind of an atom, one kind of atom called element. For example, H2, it is an element because it only having hydrogen atom. Oxygen is also element. S8 sulfur is also element. P4 phosphorus is also element. H2O is not element because it has hydrogen and oxygen, means different type of atoms. Means any substance that contains only same type of one kind of an atom is known as an element. Okay, and we cannot that cannot be broken down into simpler substances. For example, we can break water into hydrogen and oxygen by passing electric current. Okay, means water can be decomposed into hydrogen and oxygen by passing electricity. Hence, water is not an element because it can be broken down. but we cannot break hydrogen and oxygen into its atoms. Why? Because these are elements. Elements cannot be decomposed into simpler substances. For example, we have some other example. For examples, NH3, ammonia. Ammonia can be decomposed into nitrogen and hydrogen because ammonia is not an element. But nitrogen and hydrogen cannot be broken down into simpler substances. That's why we can call these are the elements. Okay, we can say that we cannot break down P4 into P phosphorus atoms. We cannot break down. That's why phosphorus is an element. Sulfur is also an element because sulfur S8, because sulfur element having 8 atoms, and we cannot break it into simpler substances. Okay, hence we can say that an element as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reactions. Hope you will understand topic. Elements can be normally divided into metals, non-metals and metalloids. What are metals? What are non-metals and metalloids? First, metals. Metals with elements can be normally divided into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals usually show some or all the following properties. First property of metal is they have luster, they have shine. For example, gold has lustrous. Silver means generally metals are lustrous. Lustrous means shining in nature. Second one is they have silvery gray or golden yellow color. Most of the metals are silvery gray and some of them are golden yellow colors, means metals are color, having colors. They conduct heat and electricity. For example, in because silver is the best conductor of electricity because it is a metal and it can conduct heat as well as electricity. Similarly, gold also conduct heat and electricity. Copper, copper is also conduct electricity, but you know that we use copper wire as electrical wire, not silver or gold, because silver and gold they are very expensive, we cannot afford. So we use copper wire because it is light in weight and it is also the good conductor of electricity. They are malleable, they are ductile means they can be drawn into wire. For example, gold, we can draw wire from gold wire, and we use gold wire to make jewelry, to make ring or earring, etc. Similarly, silver, iron, ठीक है, there are different metals we can uh, draw into wire, means metal can be drawn into wires, and the property of this property is called ductility, and they are ductile. Similarly, they are malleable means they can be hammered into thin sheet. Thin sheet means like door, have you observed door, aluminium door, windows, aluminium door, okay, iron sheet. They are sonorous means they make a ringing sound when hit. When you hit metals with hard substances, then they produce a ringing sound. Ringing sound means like जैसे bell, electrical bell sound है ना, bell. Example of metals are gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium, potassium. देखो we cannot draw wire from sodium and potassium. Okay, because sodium metal is a ductile metal. Sodium is ductile. Ductile means when you hammered it, then it can convert into the it can break. We can break it. Okay, but because of some other properties, it is called metal. In simple words, if a substance having 1, 2 or 3 electrons in the outermost shell, then they are called metal. For example, sodium, its atomic number is 11 and electronic configuration is 281, means in the outermost shell only one electron is present, that's why we call it metal. Like sodium, उसके बाद aluminium. Aluminium atomic number is 13 and electronic configuration 283. In the outermost shell 3 electrons are there, that's why we can call it metal. And what are non-metals? Non-metals, if in their outermost shell 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 electrons. For example, oxygen atomic number is 8, electronic configuration 2, 6. In outermost shell there are 6 electrons, hence it is called non-metals. Okay. Phosphorus atomic number is 15, 2, 8, 5. In outermost shell 5 electrons are there, hence it is called non-metal. This is the basic difference between the metals and non-metals. Okay, now the properties of non-metals, or here are some examples of metals. Mercury is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature, and you can observe mercury in the thermometer. Doctors use mercury in thermometer to check the fever. It is the only metal which is in the liquid state at room temperature. Now, non-metals. Non-metals having 4 to 8 electrons. Non-metals having 4 to 8 electrons in outermost shell, and they display a variety of color. They display a variety of colors. For example, bromine metal. Bromine, B-R-O-M-I-N-E. Bromine is the only non-metal which is in the liquid state. Okay. Bromine is red brown non-metal. Red brown non-metal. Sulfur, it is pale yellow in color. It is pale yellow in color. Like phosphorus, it exists in various color like white phosphorus, yellow phosphorus, black phosphorus. Okay, means they display a variety of colors. They are poor conductors of heat and electricity like wood. It is poor conductor of electricity. Coal, it is poor conductor of electricity. Gases like oxygen, hydrogen, they are poor conductor of electricity. All gases are considered as non-metal. Okay, but there are few exceptions. For example, like graphite, pencil refill. Graphite is non-metal, but still it conducts electricity. It is a good conductor of electricity. They are not lustrous, they are not sonorous, they are not ductile, they are not malleable. Okay, but they are not lustrous, but iodine is lustrous. It has shine. Okay, so these are the basic difference with few exceptions. So the main definition of metal and non-metals, like metals having 1, 2, 3 electrons outermost shell, and for stability they can donate electrons. Like sodium having electronic number 11, 281, having one electrons in outermost shell, it is metal, so it is better that it can donate one electron to get stability. So metals donate electrons and non-metals gain electrons. Here few examples of non-metals are hydrogen, oxygen, iodine, carbon, bromine. Bromine is the only non-metal which is in the liquid state, and mercury is the metal which is in the liquid state. Chlorine, these are the non-metals. But there are some elements have intermediate properties between those of metals and non-metals. They have properties of metals as well as non-metals. Hence, they are called metalloids. For example, boron, silicon and germanium. They are boron, silicon and germanium, they are metalloids because they have properties between those of metals and non-metals. And the uses of boron, silicon, germanium. Boron, it is used in insecticides and herbicides because it is mild toxic. It can be used as insecticide as well as in herbicide. And at normal temperature, it is poor conductor of electricity, but at a high temperature it conduct electricity. So it has the intermediate property of metals as well as non-metals. Like silicon and germanium, they look like metals. They their appearance like a metal, but they can conduct electricity under some special conditions. So they are metalloid because they have intermediate properties between metals and non-metals. And silicon is used as for electronic devices because it is a semiconductor. Semiconductor means neither it is not a poor conductor of electricity and nor it is good conductor of electricity. Under special condition it conducts electricity. So it is a semiconductor and it is used in electronic devices. For example, silicon chips used in computers. Okay, and silicon is also used in solar panel. Same, germanium also used as a semiconductor in transistors and various other in electronic devices. Okay, now the number of element known at present are more than 100. At present, the number of element is 121. Out of 85% or 75% is metal and 25 or 24% is non-metals. Like more than 100, 92 elements are naturally occurring and rest are man-made. Elements can be naturally occurring or man-made, and most of the elements are metals. Like majority of the elements are solid. Even elements are in the gaseous state at room temperature. For example, oxygen, hydrogen, okay, argon, means there are some elements like oxygen, hydrogen, they are in gaseous state at room temperature. Two elements are liquid, mercury and bromine. Mercury is a metal and bromine is non-metal. And elements like gallium and cesium become liquid at a room temperature slightly above room temperature. If you take gallium and cesium in your hand, then after some time they will melt because they have low melting point. Even they can become liquid at a room temperature, at a temperature slightly above room temperature, or 303 Kelvin. Okay, this is all about the elements. Hope you understand all the topics. If any query, any doubts, please go in the comment box. You can comment your query. You can type your query. I will definitely reply you. Okay, thank you.